Ever had the perfect answer and said nothing? Said yes into something, then regretted it afterwards? Or you wanted to speak up, but by the time you were ready, the moment was gone? 92% of introverts feel pressured to decide the way extroverts do. That's not a flaw, that's a pattern. And there are 4 of them. In this video, we're breaking down the 4 types of decisions introverts make and why each one looks the way it does. Stay until the end. The 4th one is the one most introverts never see coming. Type 1. The deliberative decision. Before an introvert decides anything significant, they research, they think, they weigh outcomes, sometimes for days. Research supports this. Introverts tend to rely on their intuition and inner analysis, rarely making impulsive choices. And here's what nobody tells you about that. It's actually an edge. Studies show that introverts often make better decisions in high-stakes situations precisely because they've already done the internal work. The problem? The world doesn't always wait, so the deliberative decision can look like hesitation to everyone else, when really you're just still thinking. Type 2. The energy-conserving decision. This one is subtle, but it runs almost every decision you make in a day. Should you go to that optional team meeting? Should you reply to that text now? Should you take the call or send an email? Without even realizing it, you're running a background calculation. How much will this cost me? Not financially, energetically. Introverts are wired with a stronger sensitivity to stimulation. Their brains process more information per second than extroverts, which means more noise equals more drain. But here's the loop most introverts fall into. You conserve energy to survive the day, and end up with nothing left to actually live it. Type 3. The authenticity-driven decision. This is the one that makes introverts seem stubborn to the outside world. You declined the party, turned down the promotion that felt wrong, said no to a friendship that was draining you, even when you couldn't fully explain why. Introverts have a deeply internal value system, and their decisions tend to run through it like a filter. If something doesn't align, it doesn't move forward. That's not being difficult. That's integrity. Psychologists note that introverts tend toward inward-facing identity, meaning their sense of self comes from within, not from external validation. So when you choose to protect your peace over people-pleasing, that is a decision made from a very real place. The risk? When you can't articulate that internal filter quickly enough, people misread it as rigidity, when it's actually you being honest with yourself. Type 4. The internalized processing decision. This is the one people never name, and the one that creates the most confusion in relationships and workplaces. An introvert walks into a conversation, someone asks, "What do you think?" Inside, a full analysis is running. Pros, cons, context, implications. Outside, silence, and the other person thinks they have nothing to say. But you had everything to say, you just weren't done yet. This is the internalized processing decision, where the entire decision-making journey happens inside with little to no external signal. Introverts don't think out loud, they think in full and then speak. Research confirms that introverts engage deeper neural pathways during decision-making, which means more processing time is genuinely required, not optional. The cost? People often make decisions for you simply because you hadn't finished thinking yet. If any of these 4 patterns sound like you're not broken, you just haven't had a framework to work with them. I created a free 3-day starter workbook called Daily Micro Decisions for Introverts. It gives you one small guided decision to make each day around awareness, boundaries, and self-trust. The link is in the description. So here's the recap. Type 1. The deliberative decision. You take time to think. That's not a flaw, it's depth. Type 2. The energy-conserving decision. You protect your capacity. That's not avoidance, it's survival. Type 3. The authenticity-driven decision. You live by your values. That's not stubbornness, it's integrity. Type 4. The internalized processing decision. You process before you speak. That's not indecision, it's thoroughness. These aren't weaknesses dressed up to sound good. These are real patterns with real psychological roots. And when you understand them, you stop fighting yourself. If you want to understand your patterns, protect your energy, and make decisions that actually feel like you. Please subscribe. We explore the small decisions that shape your day. And if you want more on how introverts can build quiet confidence without changing who they are, the next video is right there on screen. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you there.